This video is to cover the difference between a class versus an object. A class is a template or a recipe for an object. In the demo that we're going to go through, a ball class has things like a color, a size, you can kick the ball, you can roll the ball, and you can compare it to another ball. An object, however, is an instance of a class. Think of it as actually putting the class to work. In the demo, we'll create 4 ball objects. So we'll create a large red ball, a small red ball, a large green ball, and another large red ball. So in other words, kind of visually how we like to see it. So think about it. I'm going to create a class and define what a class is. You know, it's got a color, it's got a size, but you really can't kick it off. You can't use it until you create a new object. We'll be creating like a large red ball, a small red ball, a large green ball, and like another red ball. So these are all objects. I'm creating new objects of type ball. So how does this all play out? So we start with declaring the class ball. So here we are. We said we'd have a color, we'd have a size. Note that the color and the size are defined inside the class ball. Now you don't see me declaring them inside. You don't see me actually declaring them inside a method like this. I wouldn't put them in here because wherever you declare them, those variables will live and die within those curly braces. So if I was to call them inside the constructor here, or I was to call them in a different method here, they will start here and they will die. They will start with this curly brace and they will die at this curly brace. No other method can refer to them because they've already died. But if I declare it here as a member variable for ball, I can use them in every function, every method of that ball. Like here in the constructor, I set color. I'm referring to color. In the equals, I refer to color. You know, when I call this function get color, I'm referring to color. All because it's a member variable of class ball. Now, I'm going to do things with that ball. I'm going to, you know, when I say toString or I give a summary of it, I'm going to say give the color and the size of it. So this class, all it does is just define what a ball is. Now I've created a different class which will be the client. The client actually creates new objects. So here you see I'm creating 4 new objects, and the keyword here is the word new. I'm actually creating a new ball. I'm creating 4 new balls here, and I'm creating a large ball, a small red ball, a large green ball, and another large red ball. And I have handles to all those objects. Here I'll be able to, I set the value, the color, I set the size. Here I'm going to kick the large red ball. So let's kind of step through this and watch it as we step through the debugger. So here we are at the beginning. We don't have anything declared yet in the client application. Now, as a client, I don't really care what you do as a ball. I want to just be able to do things with this object, just like the string function or just like the scanner. The string objects or the scanner object, I'm calling an object. I don't really care how it works underneath the scenes. I just want to do stuff with it. So here I am. I'm going to create a new object, large red ball. I'm going to step through that. And here you see in the debugger, I've actually created a large red ball object. If I was to split that open, you can see that this object has color and size, red and large. If I go to the next one, you'll see that I've now created a new instance, a new object, small red ball, where the color is red and the size is small. As I keep stepping through this, you'll see I create new objects. So while I have a class ball, it really doesn't make any sense until I actually use it. So here I'm going to call the large red ball roll the ball. So I'm going to step into that method, and sure enough, here I am at roll the ball. So even though I'm here at the class, this is a template in the debugger, I'm actually in the object, so this object, which is the large red ball. I'm not in the green large ball. I'm not in the red small ball. I'm in this particular function. Okay? So I'll continue on. Alright, and I'm back. I'm going to kick the ball. Then I'm print it out. So here you see I didn't print out the green ball. I didn't print out the small ball. I'm printing out the large red ball. Now I'm going to call the same functions. Notice I'm going to step out of this object. Then I'm going to call the same functions. I'll step into it, but with the large green ball. And here you can see that I'm here in the same class, the template logic, but it's the object. It's the object ball, which is green as a value. So when it prints out, it won't print out red large ball. It'll print out green large ball because I'm in the green large ball class. And sure enough, green large ball prints out. Green large ball, kick the ball. Now, because this is kind of mind-bending, I can actually pass one ball object into another ball object. So if I go back to this ball object, here I am. I'm going to step into this function. Here's the equals function, and you notice I'm in the ball class, but I'm passing another ball. So I'm comparing two balls together. I take the member function color and I compare it to the other ball's get color. So I say, if this color equals that the other ball's color, and if this size equals the other ball's size, then I return true. Otherwise false. So because the other ball, in fact, let's go look at the other ball. Other ball will return true on the red because the red matches, but the size will be small, so it'll return false. And it continues on. So we fall into the else statement. The red large ball does not equal the red small ball. So we'll call the same thing here with the large red ball and another large red ball. Sure enough, they equal each other, and we print that out. So hopefully this gives you an idea of the differences between what a class is, how you define it, and how you create objects. Now you don't see, just to kind of give one last example, you don't see me calling ball dot kick the ball, because it doesn't exist. This is just a template. It'll fail saying, I don't know what this is, because this is not an object. You can only call functions and get member variables from an object that you've created using the new keyword. I can't call I can't call those functions directly because this is just a template. That concludes this video. I hope it was instructive.